Keanu Reeves has become one of the most respected and beloved stars in the world, but what many people don't realize is that his story isn't a fairy tale. It's a journey marked by loss, heartbreak, and survival in ways most fans would never expect. People see the calm smile, the humble attitude, the quiet kindness, and they assume life has always been easy for him. But the truth is, Keanu Reeves has endured more tragedy than many could handle, and somehow he kept going without turning bitter, without chasing sympathy, and without letting pain destroy the person he chose to be. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon, and his early life was filled with instability. His father struggled with addiction and left the family when Keanu was still young. Keanu and his mother moved frequently, living in places like Australia and the United States before settling in Canada. Growing up, he faced challenges in school and struggled with dyslexia, which made learning difficult and often left him feeling misunderstood. But even back then, Keanu had something rare, an inner resilience. Acting became his escape, and it gave him a place where being different didn't feel like a weakness. As he entered Hollywood, Keanu's rise was steady, not instant. He wasn't the loudest guy in the room with a type to chase attention, but his presence was undeniable. Films like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure made him a familiar face, and later projects like Speed turned him into a true leading man. Then came The Matrix, the role that made him an icon forever. Keanu became one of the most famous actors on the planet, but unlike many celebrities, he never seemed consumed by the lifestyle. He didn't flash his wealth or act untouchable. In fact, the more famous he became, the more private he stayed. But while his career was rising, his personal life was falling apart in ways the public barely understood. One of the most heartbreaking chapters of Keanu's life came in the late 1990s when he and his girlfriend Jennifer Syme were expecting a baby. Tragically, their daughter was stillborn, an unimaginable loss that left both of them devastated. As if that wasn't painful enough, just a short time later, Jennifer Syme died in a car accident. The grief from those events hit like a storm that never fully passed, and Keanu withdrew emotionally, carrying pain that most people could never see on the outside. Even beyond that, tragedy kept following him. Keanu lost close friend and fellow actor River Phoenix, and later faced the illness and death of his sister Kim, who battled leukemia for years. Through it all, Keanu remained unusually quiet, never using his suffering for attention or public sympathy. Instead, he stayed respectful, reserved, and deeply human. Many people believe this is what shaped him into the kind of celebrity fans admire today, not just for his talent, but for his character. For a long time, the internet called him the saddest man in Hollywood, especially after photos surfaced of him sitting alone looking lost in thought. But what people didn't realize is that Keanu wasn't weak, he was grieving. He was surviving. He was doing what millions of people do quietly every day, waking up, breathing through pain, and still choosing to move forward. And that's what makes his story so surprising. Keanu Reeves didn't let tragedy destroy him. He rebuilt his life, step by step, often in silence. He continued acting, continued giving unforgettable performances, and somehow managed to stay grounded in a world that usually ruins people. In recent years, he found new success through John Wick, proving he could reinvent himself even decades into his career. He also earned even more respect for his generosity and humility, with stories of him helping crew members, giving away parts of his salary, and treating everyone with kindness. So when people ask what happened to Keanu Reeves, the answer isn't one shocking headline. It's a lifetime of loss, endurance, and strength. His story is proof that even when life breaks you, you can still choose to be gentle, still choose to be kind, and still choose to keep going. Keanu Reeves didn't just survive Hollywood, he survived heartbreak, and that is what makes him truly unforgettable.